Lesson 5.2, Solving Inequalities by Multiplication and Division. Okay, in this lesson you will learn to solve the inequalities using multiplication and division. Okay, so the multiplication property of inequalities. If both sides of an inequality that is true are multiplied by a positive number, the resulting inequality is also true. So for example, if I have 6 is greater than 3.5 and I multiply both sides by 2, I get 12 is greater than 7. So it stays true when you multiply by the same number. Okay, and if both sides of an inequality that is true are multiplied by a negative number, the direction of the inequality sign is reversed to make the resulting inequality also true. So the inequality sign has to be reversed if you're multiplying both sides of the equation by a negative number. So if I have 7 and 4.5 and multiply both by negative 3, I get negative 21 and negative 13.5. So in order to make this second statement true, the direction of that sign has to flip because now negative 13 is greater than negative 21 if you're thinking about on a number line. If this is 0, negative 13.5 would be here, and negative 21 would be over here. So this one is greater. Okay, so if you multiply by a negative number, you also have to flip the direction of the sign. So if I want to do a word problem, Matteo is walking at a rate of 3/4 miles per hour. He knows that it is at least 9 miles to Og's Lake. How long will it take Matteo to get there? Write and solve an inequality to find the length of the time. Okay, so if you remember, distance equals rate times time. So the distance that needs to go is 9 miles, or at least 9 miles. So the distance he's going could be more than that 9. 9 is the least amount that it could be. So we want to have the mouth opening away from that 9. So the rate is 3/4. And we don't know what the time is. That's what we're solving for. So if I want to get t by itself, I want to get rid of 3/4. So I would multiply by 4/3. Okay, so if I multiply both sides by 4/3, this and this cancel, and I get t. Because I multiplied by a positive number, I don't have to change the direction of this. It stays exactly the same. And then over here, if I think about this is 1, that's 3, I get 12/1, or just 12. So it will take him at least 12 hours to get there. Okay. This one, if I want to solve this one by multiplying, I want to get rid of this negative 3/5. So I'm going to multiply both sides by a negative 5/3. So those 5's cancel and those 3 cancels. So whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side. But because of this negative that I multiplied both by, I have to flip the direction of this. So instead of opening towards D, now it's opening away. So 6 times negative 5/3 is negative 10. So D is less than negative 10. Okay. The same idea happens for division. So if both sides of a true inequality are divided by a positive number, the resulting inequality is also true. So 4.5, if I divide it by 3, and 2.1, divide each by 3, I get 1.5 and 0.7. 1.5 is still greater, so it's still facing the same way. But if I were to do something with dividing a negative number, so if I wanted to divide both of these by a negative 6, I have to switch the direction of that sign because it makes it true. Okay? So if I want to solve this one for k, I want to get k by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 12. Over here they cancel, and I get k is greater than 5. Okay? Because it was positive, I don't have to change the direction of the sign. It faces the same way. But in this case, if I want to get q by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 8. But because of that negative, if I'm dividing by a negative, I have to flip the direction. So here it's opening this way. Now I'm going to have it open that way. Okay, so those 8's cancel and I get Q. And 136 divided by 8 is 15, 16, 17? I can't think. 132. Oh, sorry, 136 divided by 8, so it's negative 17. Okay, so this is our answer. Q is greater than negative 17. And that's this section. You can try some of the practice problems at the end and see how you do.